Bandidos. What up, Tux here with the First Descendant, and I want to walk you through some of the build updates that I just made thanks to the patch we just got on 4.30. And with it, Gley and Keelan, big upgrades. Let's do this.
Wait, did we just become best friends? So nice to meet you. I think you're cool.
This extends a little bit beyond Gley and Keelan. I think any Descendant that's running a non-attribute skill potentially has some serious buffs waiting for them. So we're talking Ajax, Volby, and maybe Jaber. Anyways, let's take a look at the drop they just made yesterday. They improved the set effects of 2 external components. One of those is Plague for set effect. So they changed it so that the effects are always given when acquiring a custom resource, even if the player is at maximum custom resource capacity. So since this is a toxic set, the change is pretty much only affecting Keelan's build. But if you look here at the very bottom, on acquiring a custom resource, the toxic skill power is going to gain another 21.6% damage for 10-second duration. Apparently what was happening, and most of us were probably not catching this, once his custom resource bar maxed out, once that 10-second duration runs out, would no longer be getting that 21.6% toxic skill power. You'd have to lose some custom resource and then earn that custom resource back again. But for those that are constantly dashing or only using the dash skill, then they weren't consuming any of their custom resource because the dash doesn't require it. It generates it. This allows you to maintain that 21.6% or at least refresh it every 10 seconds. So you're probably not even going to notice this change because Keelan is just ripping through everybody, but that will improve his damage consistency at peak levels. So what's even more exciting are the changes they made to Enlighten the Mage external component set. So the force set effect increased the duration of the truth effect from 5 seconds to 15 seconds. And I've had my eye on the set since they announced it. It turned out it wasn't that exciting because of the 5-second timer. So you'd really have to be spamming your skills to get the most out of it. And it just really didn't seem worth it for consistency's sake. So this really changes that. The Enlightened Mage gives us skill power at 6%. You're going to lose a little bit of firearm attack. That being said, this is intended for a skill build. So when using a non-attribute skill, which all of our skills are non-attribute skills, grants 1 stack of true, up to 3 stacks, and each of those stacks will last for 15-second duration. So here's the kicker. When you're at 3 stacks, that non-attribute skill power is going to get a boost by 84%. That's monstrous. And because your stacks are lasting for 15 seconds, then that is your duration on that. The downside is that you can't refresh it. Once that 15-second timer runs out, you're gonna lose your truth stacks. You have to build up all 3. Though she whips that skill out so fast, when it comes to actual downtime, there's not really much there. So with this build and the cooldowns, you can basically get your full damage buff from truth back in 3 seconds. 2 cooldown cycles. Then you'll have it again for another 15 seconds. So I've been running with it and it's pretty fucking strong. I mean, the takiest dudes are going down with a single strike. I don't have a perfect mage set I'm running on her right now. The auxiliary power is a shield. I wish that was HP. So I am missing some HP on the sub attribute there. The sensor is HP, but it's not at peak. The memory is defense, which is okay. And then the processor is also shield. Keep in mind, I am missing some. So just using this one as an example here, when I get an HP there as the sub attribute, we'll probably be sitting between 11 and 12,000 HP on the build that I have set up with a decent amount of defense. But if you're running the Slayer set, you're basically gonna be about the same. In both departments, really, defense and HP. You're not really losing any survivability by going to the mage set. However, technically, Slayer is more consistent when it comes to applying its 21% damage, but the Enlightened Mage has a skill power at 6% that's always there to offset that. So if you subtract Mage's consistent skill power of 6% from Slayer's 21%, then that leaves you with only 15%. So that's the difference in consistent damage. But the uptime on Truth, 84%, is really good. So much so for me, it just makes sense to run the Mage set. Maybe not for all content. Maybe there's some content where you would want her to be a little tankier. Right now, this doesn't work out much for the Void Purge, but I'm hoping they fix that because this is hella strong. So the fact that it doesn't work is kind of irritating. So this is what the build looks like, and I've maximized range. You could either take out the Dangerous Ambush or some of your range and put on some more health, or even shot focus if you wanted to raise your weapon damage up a little bit. I did do a full walkthrough on this build. On this version, because of the extra damage, I decided to go ahead and put on maximize range and lean a little bit more into the skill damage. For cooldown, we are at 81.5%, almost to the cap. For the weapon, I'm running the Malevolent is the primary, and for the secondary, I use the last dagger for the boss fights just to kill them a little bit faster. Just so you know, during the gameplay, I had fire focus rounds equipped instead of chill focus rounds. The damage was a little less than it actually is. So right here, I just want to add that this is a lot of damage for both of these Descendants. And Keelan was already kicking ass before this update to the external components, and same with Gley. I was pretty much taking them into everything the game had to offer, except for the Void Erosion Purge, because even after the changes in there, it's still not suitable for skill-based Descendants. My point is, you don't really need these buffs to your Descendant right now, but I figure it's a good time to prep your Descendants to really get them in a good place for more of what's coming. We have another update coming, I think around May 11th, give or take, that is going to be providing us even more buffs. I believe that's coming with enhancements to the arcade tuning system as well as external components. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe right now we're all on the same page when we say, hey, we're looking forward to season 3. There's not much to do in the game right now because we're slaughtering everything, so let's just get our Descendants ready for that. And I hope videos like this help you do just that. So let me know what you guys think of the changes to the mage set especially. Are any of you using it on Balbi or Ajax? Let us know how that's working out. Catch you on the next one. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Tuxedo Bandido, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on the good stuff I have coming for you. And if you like content like this, be sure to check out the video I have recommended for you right here. If you have anything you would like me to cover, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make things possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be the same without you.
When you buy or download anything for the First Descendant, be sure to use Tux's creator code to support the channel. Easy peasy.
Wait, did we just become best friends?